Hello there, Internet. Welcome back to Geeky, and on this episode, we have a very special video. I was able to snag two sets, one from online, one from in-store, and we are going to go ahead and unbox the brand new Triceraton Infantryman and Roadkill Rodney 2-pack, and the very brand new Zarax Zork 2-pack from Neca Toys. Now, I was able to snag Triceraton, unfortunately, through a third-party site. I was unable to track them down through Target Online and in store, so basically I had to go the alternate route, third-party site. Had to pay a little bit over MSRP, but I'm not too disappointed because with everything, it saved me in gas money trying to find it down. Then, Zarax Zork, I just happened to walk into a Target, and he was there. So we are going to go ahead and unbox these things and check it out. First one we're going to set up is the Triceraton Infantryman. Now, this is an army builder set, where basically you can collect as many as you want. It's kind of like foot soldiers. Triceratons are a pivotal character from the animated cartoon of the TMNT series. And they're from Dimension X, and they are basically Triceratops people, humanoids. And then Roadkill Rodney, everybody kind of knows that if you're a Turtle fan, but you didn't really know the name of them. They are officially called Roadkill Rodney. So here we can see it's the same box art from all the other packs that we have released. And you can see here the Zarax Zork is in the center. Gives you a nice little depiction of what's going on. So let's go ahead and get this guy opened up and see what's goes on. As my tape just wanted to work its way in. So, luckily, Zarax Zork is the final set for this year. So, I'm happy that I don't have to hunt down anymore. I'm sorry, there is one more, and it's the Krang's android body. It is a deluxe figure, just like Metalhead that was released this year. So, we should be seeing those in stores relatively soon within the next couple weeks. Since we're going to go ahead and open up and review and unbox two of these, let's just go ahead and get the same things done at the same time. So here is the box for Zarax Zork. Now this is the biggest box compared to all the other Turtle series. I went ahead and measured it. It is bigger than Bebop and Rocksteady by almost half an inch, and it is bigger than Trag and Granitor. I will try to get measurements. So basically here it's the same thing. You can go ahead and see that you got on the opposite side, on the right, you got the Infantrymen, Zarax and Zork, and inside it's going to be the same kind of deal. So let's just go ahead and get rid of the cardboard here and get some plastic inserts here going. And check this guy out. And also, Zarax and Zork is the heaviest by far out of the two sets. Previously, it was Trag and Granitor, but Zarax and Zork is very heavy compared to all the other figures. So let's go back to the Infantryman here and see what we got going on. We got some tape here, taping up the accessories. Let's check it out here. So on the back tray, you got a nice little plastic insert here. So I'll go ahead and take it off the double plastic covering that's housing all these accessories. Pardon me while I get... Whenever you're doing unboxing videos, make sure you always have proper tools. And kids, if you have a pair of scissors, make sure you run with them pointing down. Don't run with them pointing up, because then you might end up in the hospital. That's the provisionary health tip for today. So this has got some major tape work here. So let's go ahead and get this going a little bit better. Looks like we got tape on both sides. Pretty standard. Alright, so here we can see that we got some accessories that are very, very cool and unique. And these are... So it looks like we got 3 different hands for the Triceraton, but everything else here is for the Roadkill Rodney. So we have elongated arms, we got some drill bits, we got some head caps. So this is pretty cool. I'll show you later in the video what these are meant to be for. I'll give you a hint. It deals with Raphael. And these are little effects on the ground, so you can mimic your Roadkill Rodneys, either zooming forward. This looks like a smoke trail, like a little dirt path. So that's pretty cool. Love the accessory set. Nice little convenient packaging to go with it. So I am not too disappointed there. And you can see the back of the box. Looks like the tail attachment is the same as Leatherhead. So that's a pretty good little detail there. Now we are going to go ahead and get off all these snips, so we will be right back. Alright, and welcome back. That took a couple minutes to take off all the little stretchy ties to get this figure out of the packaging. So that was an event unto itself. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip forward here, and I'm going to go ahead and get this guy unpacked too. So I'll go ahead and show you guys exactly what's going on between the both of them at one time. It'll be just a little easier for everybody's viewing pleasure. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the back accessory tray for Zarax and Zork really quick while I go ahead and clean up here and get everything up and running. So you can see this is the accessory tray for Zarax and Zork, and since you are getting 2 Triceratons, for those that don't know, Zarax is the lord or the ruler of the Triceraton army, and Zork is like his right-hand man, his lieutenant. So altogether they try to take over, you know, New York City and all that stuff. They're great characters. I probably rank these guys right on par with Trag and Granitor in terms of being secondary characters. Obviously, the best villains on the show were Shredder, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, but everybody has their own opinion. So you can see here, we got 2 tails that attach right to the back of each of Zork and Zarax, and then we got different hand accessories. So we will come right back, and I will show you guys everything here. We'll do some comparisons, and we'll be back right about now. Now we are back. So now that after about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes of trying to get my way through all the packaging and everything, I got some accessories here to show you guys also. So let's go ahead and talk about the Roadkill Rodneys first, because that is the supporting character of the bunch. So you do get 2 Roadkill Rodneys, and like I mentioned, you get the mound of dirt. Now, before recording, I was trying to find where this goes, but there is a little peg right here in the clouds of the dirt path, I guess you can call it. And that kind of gives the effect that the Roadkill Rodney is driving forward. So he does have articulation at the hands. Looks like he's got little blasters that come out. That's the shocker mechanism for shell shocking the turtles. So that's a cool little thing. Keep in mind, both of these Roadkill Rodneys are identical, so I'm not going to go into the other one. Also on the accessory pack, you can go ahead and swap out these arms, I assume, by just taking it out and putting in these longer arms back here. So you can go ahead and whip whatever you like, so you can see the difference between the 2 arms. On the back, the little compartment is a little solid, so there is no opening there. For the head, it looks like the entire head pops off, which is pretty cool. So let's see here. What else can we show? Now, this little top crown part is supposed to fall apart. Alright, so the head is supposed to be swapped out for this battle damage variant. So let's see if we can get this popped out. If you guys have this set already, go ahead and drop a comment below to see if there's an easy way to maybe swap the heads off, the little crown pieces, other than trying to dig a fingernail in there and popping it out that way. But once you get it out, it's relatively simple, and it just pops right back in. Let's go ahead and see. Alright, so one thing I didn't see right off the top is that these wheels do move, so you can go ahead and, you know, roll forward with it, but they are not, I don't know, how do you call it, like power driven? per se, so you can't like wind it back and it goes forward. But one thing that I did want to show, why this particular Roadkill Rodney comes with that 3 holes on the top, is because if I mentioned earlier, that Raphael has a weapon called a sai. So you go ahead and take that sai, and let's see here. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this to go on camera nice and easy. So you got Raphael, the Roadkill Rodney's coming up, and then boom, Raphael kills the Roadkill Rodney, and it's got some length, it's got some strength to it. So basically he was holding it up, so you put a little bit of pressure and Rap can support the side dagger. We'll go ahead and do some comparison a little bit later. I got some more characters to show. But that's pretty much it with the Roadkill Rodneys. I still haven't figured out what this piece is, because there's no little notch that can show where this plugs into. Not too sure. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that later, but if you guys do know, go ahead and drop a comment below. Last but not least, for the customizing part, were those little drill bits that come with the Roadkill Rodneys, and it's just another topper for your Roadkill Rodney Army Builder pack. So I guess maybe twisting it off would be beneficial. And then this is like a little drill. That's how they went into underground to drill wherever they had to go. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this Roadkill Rodney accessory piece. Like I said, I did manage to snap the head off on the first one. But I think it's easiest if you just kind of twist off the head, and it does come off. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the stars of the show, the Triceraton family. So you see that Zarax has been kind of falling backwards, but supporting himself. That's because they all have tails on the back. So each one of them comes with a tail. I went ahead and attached all the tails to each figure. Now, all these figures are very crazily detailed. Each one comes with a specific different insignia. So here is your infantry builder, just your generic Triceraton army guy. So you can see the amount of detail that's within the cartoon lines. Neca does a fabulous job on giving the detail on all the figures here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So let's get some close-ups of Zarax. One cool thing about each of them, that they do have articulated jaws. So you go ahead and just get this popped open, and they do open up, so you can get some different facial expressions. Relatively cool feature. You can see the same kind of sculpting, just different paint apps on each of the Triceratons. Last but not least, we got Zork, which I think, like, out of the 3, like, this is my favorite color pattern, favorite sculpt design in terms of the accessories. Not the accessories, you guys know what I mean. Like, the different paint apps and the different decor, I guess you can call it. Fashion statements, I guess. But I do like Zarax's little horn toppers. So, each one comes with their own Triceraton rifle guns. Zarax did come with these shield guards, so what you do is you go ahead and take off the arms as he falls over, because he knows he's about to get articulated here. So you go ahead and pop these guys off, and for those, and this is glued on, so you don't have to worry about that. And then this should snap off, unless this just goes right over. No, because it's the same design. I'm going at this the same way. So you can see, you just pop off the little wrist guard there. You put in the new battle mode, I guess you call it. And then you just put the little hand back inside. Let's see if I can get the peg in there. So you can see that's how it looks compared to the other way. So you can either have like a battle mode. Zarax, I get the two confused sometimes, my apologies. But that's the differences there. So let's talk about articulation. for all three of these guys. Like I said, they are the three sculpts, and I waited until I found Zarax and Zork to do a review because the Triceratons are all the same. So the only difference is he's just gonna fall. The only difference is that the Triceraton Army Builder does not have an articulated jaw compared to Zarax and Zork, but they have the same articulation. You got a head, ball joint at the head. You got swivels and bends at the shoulders, a swivel bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist swivels. You do have a waist articulation, which is pretty cool. And of course, the traditional double jointed knees, and you have rockers and bends at the ankles. So that is pretty cool. So now to give a little comparison of the size of these guys, let's just go ahead and show a few figures off here. So earlier in the video, we had Raphael make an appearance. So here is Raph. So that is the turtles in terms of your scale. Here is a Leatherhead. So you can see the size of Leatherhead compared to the Triceratons. Here is Leatherhead right next to them. So I'll do a nice little side by side. Let's go ahead and get this better viewpoint in the frame. So you can see that Leatherhead is significantly smaller than the Triceratons. And of course, no turtles can have a lovely day without these two guys. So you got Bebop here. That is the size of Bebop compared to Zarax. And then you got the comparison of Rocksteady to Zarax. Trag and Granitor are currently on display, so I do not have these available for the time of the recording of this video. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you guys really want to help support Geeky Ant, all it takes is the free click of the subscribe button. Go ahead and click that notification bell for future uploads on Geeky Ant. And until then, my friends, most importantly, do not forget to tell your friends about Geeky Ant and help us out by subscribing. Until then, my friends, we will see you on the next video. Don't forget to geek out.